We'd like to ask you some questions about diversity in the media. Do you think there is enough representation of different groups and different identities in films, TV and other media content?
Yeah, I think it's not perfect at the moment, but it's improving.
Not really, but it is getting better.
No.
I think it's a lot better than it used to be. So I think it could still be better, but I think there's definitely more representation than there was.
Yes.
Yes. I feel like there are quite a few films which do a really good job of showing different identities of people. But I also feel like there are a lot of movies and just pieces of media out there which really don't do a good job of really being inclusive to minority groups.
Can you give an example of a show or programme which is a good example of representing diversity and tell us why?
I May Destroy You, because it follows a black female lead, and the story is about her experiences as a black female in a modern day kind of environment.
Honestly, Drag Race, because there's lots of different people from different backgrounds, people from Asia, Africa, America, Europe, and then people with different sexualities and genders and everything.
Euphoria, because it has a wide range of different types of backgrounds and problems people go through every single day, and different sexualities and people's identity and cultures and colour.
I think the new Marvel film Eternals is a really good one because they've got Makari, who's deaf, but originally she was a white hearing male in the comics, but now she's a woman of colour who is deaf, so I think that's really good and important.
Rick and Morty, because I got a lot of different species, aliens, races, and gender, and LGBTQ.
BoJack Horseman, a lot of ethnicities, and it just shows a wide array of characters and appeals to some specific audiences. I feel would be She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Essentially, there is a lot of different body types, sexualities and skin colours in the show, and none of the characters really question it, and I feel like that's how it should be in real life, and other forms of media should also aspire to have.
Have you any suggestions on how diversity in the media could be improved? What do media producers need to do, in your opinion?
I think that it would help if people just hired the best people for the role, and not base it on colour at all. So if they've got a role that needs to be filled out, just have the person that is the best suit for it, not, oh, we need a black person, let's get a black person, or we need a white person, let's get a white person, and just choose whoever is embodies the role the best.
They should stop remaking things to make them inclusive and diverse. Instead, they should just make new things that are diverse. Don't reboot things just for the sake of diversity.
I feel like producers overlook people who are disabled because they are more capable of doing things, and they are overlooked just because they might, be different or look different or sound different, but they are still capable of doing the same things that everyone else does who is classified as normal.
I think even if the character's not a main character, I think they should still have people who aren't the stereotypical characters, and even if they're just a character in passing, they could have a character in a wheelchair or someone that's not white and stuff like that. So even if they're not the main character, they're still there and being included.
Add more aliens and genders.
Add more diversity and just be willing to do more. I feel like media producers need to find actors which don't fit the ideal criteria, where they're not white or skinny and of course not heterosexual. I personally feel like different types of actors of different races, skin colours and sexualities playing characters which are of their skin colour, sexuality and body type could really help with inclusivity